Hello, my dear friends, and welcome back to the channel, or a very warm welcome if you're new here. There's a certain magic in the air, a crispness that whispers of gingerbread, evergreen, and gatherings by the fire. Today, we are answering that call. We're embarking on a heartfelt journey to weave that magic into the very fabric of our homes, transforming our spaces into a sanctuary of rustic, vintage charm. We're embracing the timeless elegance of red and white, not through expensive purchases, but through creativity, storytelling, and pieces that feel like they have a history. So, please, grab a cup of hot cocoa, get comfortable, and let's begin. If you're as passionate about creating a home that tells a story as I am, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss a moment of our cozy creations together. Let's start in the living room, the true heart of the home during the holidays. Imagine the soft glow of fairy lights reflecting off deep, cranberry red glass ornaments nestled within a lush, green tree. We're not aiming for perfection here, but for personality. Think of a tree adorned with handmade felted wool ornaments, delicate paper stars, and heirloom-style baubles that look like they were passed down through generations. The feeling we're cultivating is one of warm, collected nostalgia, a space that doesn't just look beautiful, but feels deeply personal and inviting, a direct reflection of the love and stories shared within these walls. Now, the soul of vintage decor lies in the hunt, and that's where the true budget-friendly adventure begins. I want you to imagine the thrill of discovery in a local thrift store or a flea market. Your eyes scan the shelves, looking for that glint of old glass, a fragment of a timeless plaid, or a ceramic figure with a sweet, faded smile. These are the pieces that carry the whispers of Christmases past. A slightly chipped milk glass vase becomes a perfect vessel for cinnamon sticks, and a stack of old hardcover books tied with a red and white baker's twine adds instant, free height and character to your mantel displays. The fireplace mantle is our stage, a prime canvas for telling a visual story. We'll build layers of texture and warmth. Start with a base of fresh cedar or pine garland for that incredible, natural fragrance. Then, intertwine a string of warm white fairy lights. Next, we introduce our vintage elements, a collection of mismatched red and white candlesticks in varying heights, a few antique-looking bottle brush trees, and perhaps a cherished, well-loved teddy bear wearing a tiny red scarf. This isn't just decoration, it's a curated scene that evokes feelings of warmth, childhood wonder, and quiet, flickering evenings. There is an irreplaceable charm in something made by hand. This year, let's create a few simple ornaments that look like they've been cherished for decades. Imagine cutting simple shapes from plain linen or white felt, stars, hearts, little trees. Using red embroidery floss, we stitch on a simple running stitch around the edges or a quaint little joy or Noel. Stuff them lightly with dried lavender or rice for a lovely scent and weight. Hanging these on your tree adds a layer of authentic, handmade love that no store-bought ornament can ever replicate. Now, let's gather around the table, the place where laughter is shared and memories are made. Our rustic red and white theme translates beautifully here. Imagine a base of a natural woven jute runner. Upon it, we layer classic white ironstone plates, their slight imperfections adding to the charm. Napkins are a simple red gingham, tied with a piece of twine and a sprig of fresh rosemary. For centerpieces, think low and lush, a wooden dough bowl filled with red apples, pine cones, and more of those flickering candlesticks, creating an intimate, glowing atmosphere for your holiday feast. Transforming a space isn't just about what you see, it's about what you feel. This is where cozy textiles work their magic. Drape a soft, cable-knit red or cream-colored throw blanket casually over the arm of your sofa or favorite armchair. Imagine curling up under its warmth with a good book, the fire crackling nearby. Scatter a few pillows in vintage-inspired patterns, a buffalo check, a delicate toile, or a simple folk art motif. These elements invite you to slow down, to stay a while, and to truly sink into the comfort of the season. The entryway is the first taste of Christmas cheer for both your family and guests, so let's make it sing with welcome. Picture a simple wooden bench adorned with a plaid pillow. Above it, a fragrant wreath made not of perfect green, but of bare, frosted birch branches, adorned with just a few red berries and a wide, white satin ribbon. On the floor, a rustic red welcome mat sets the tone. This small, intentional space tells everyone who enters that within these walls, there is warmth, light, and a celebration of the simple, beautiful things. The most powerful sense tied to memory is smell, and we can easily craft the signature scent of a vintage Christmas. Forget synthetic sprays, let's create it naturally. On your stovetop, simmer a small pot of water with a few orange slices, a handful of cranberries, a couple of cinnamon sticks, and a few sprigs of fresh pine. The steam will carry the most incredible, wholesome aroma throughout your entire home. It's a simple, nearly free trick that instantly creates a multi-sensory experience, transporting everyone to a cherished, nostalgic holiday memory. The right lighting is the secret ingredient to a cozy, vintage atmosphere. We are banishing harsh overhead lights and embracing the gentle, flickering dance of softer sources. Cluster groups of pillar candles on a mirrored tray to amplify their glow. Drape fairy lights not just on the tree, but inside a glass cloche or woven through a bundle of bare branches in a tall vase. The goal is to create pockets of warm, golden light throughout your rooms, casting soft shadows and making every corner feel safe, intimate, and incredibly inviting. Don't neglect your windows, they are beautiful frames for your decor. Imagine a simple, minimalist approach, a single, red and white striped ribbon tied to the top of each window frame, cascading down in an elegant loop. In the center of each window pane, use a little water and flour to stick a delicate, paper snowflake. When the sun shines through, it creates a stunning, stained glass effect. It's a whimsical, budget-friendly touch that connects the inside of your home to the wintry world outside, blurring the lines between your cozy nest and the season's beauty. The kitchen, the engine of holiday baking and cooking, deserves its own dose of festive charm. Tie red and white gingham fabric around simple glass jars to store your flour and sugar. Hang a vintage-style advent calendar on the pantry door. Swap out your everyday tea towels for ones featuring classic patterns like buffalo check or folk art winter scenes. A simple bowl filled with glossy red apples and pears becomes a beautiful, edible centerpiece. These small touches ensure the magic permeates every room, making even the simplest task feel special. After the day's festivities, your bedroom should be a serene retreat that still whispers of the season. Keep the palette soft here. Think crisp white linens with a single, beautiful red chunky knit throw folded at the foot of the bed. On your nightstand, a small, wooden tray holds a single, vintage-style porcelain lamp and a sprig of pine in a tiny bud vase. The feeling is one of calm and peace, a quiet space to reflect and recharge, surrounded by the subtle, comforting embrace of the holidays. The presentation of a gift is the first chapter of its story. Let's make it beautiful. We're moving away from shiny, printed papers and towards more natural, rustic materials. Think simple brown craft paper as your base. Then, we elevate it with twine, sprigs of fresh evergreen, and handwritten tags stamped with a festive seal. You can even use a potato to carve a simple star or tree shape for a homemade stamp. This approach feels thoughtful, personal, and beautifully cohesive with the overall rustic, vintage aesthetic we're cultivating throughout the home. Let's create a dedicated spot for sweet, warm indulgence. A hot cocoa bar is a delightful and incredibly easy DIY. Use a small sideboard or a simple tiered tray. Arrange mismatched vintage mugs, a pot of homemade cocoa mix, a jar of mini marshmallows, and a bowl of candy canes. Add a tiny pitcher for milk and a small plate of peppermint sticks. This isn't just about the drink, it's about creating an experience, an invitation for family and friends to gather, create their own perfect cup, and linger in a moment of pure, sugary joy. There is a profound, quiet beauty in the dormant winter landscape, and we can bring that inside. Gather a few bare branches from your yard or a local park. Arrange them tall in a simple vase. Now, the magic begins. Hang a few of your delicate handmade ornaments from them, or drape them with very fine, white thread tinsel for a frost-kissed effect. This creates a stunning, sculptural piece that costs absolutely nothing but adds immense artistic value and a touch of elegant, wintry melancholy to your decor. Look around your home for small, unused spaces, the top of a bookshelf, a corner of a console table. These are perfect for creating what I call storybook vignettes. Style a small stack of vintage children's books with a tiny bottle brush tree and a ceramic house on top. Place a single, red candle beside it. At night, when you light that one candle, it will cast a tiny, magical glow over this miniature world, inviting the imagination to wander and creating a focal point of quiet, storytelling charm. Encourage quiet moments of reflection by dedicating a corner to holiday reading. A comfortable chair is a must, adorned with one of those cozy throws we talked about. Beside it, a small basket or a wooden crate holds a collection of your favorite Christmas books, beautifully illustrated children's stories, classic novels, or books of holiday poetry. This intentionally curated space serves as a visual reminder to slow down, to take a breath amidst the hustle, and to lose yourself in the timeless stories of the season. We've focused on what you can see and smell, but let's not forget what you can hear. The right soundtrack is the invisible decor that ties everything together. Create a playlist not of loud, modern holiday pop, but of soft, classic instrumental carols. Think Vince Guaraldi's A Charlie Brown Christmas soundtrack, or gentle piano and acoustic guitar renditions of old favorites. Let this music fill your home at a low volume, providing a soothing, emotional undercurrent that enhances the nostalgic, peaceful, and deeply comforting atmosphere we've worked so hard to build. And there we have it, my friends, a home transformed, not by a massive budget, but by intention, creativity, and a deep love for the nostalgic charm of a rustic, red and white Christmas. I hope this journey has inspired you to look at your own spaces with fresh eyes, to see the potential in forgotten treasures, and to embrace the cozy, imperfect beauty of the season. Your home is now a haven, a living storybook of Christmas warmth. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If this video brought you inspiration and joy, I would be so grateful if you would give it a thumbs up and share your own rustic vintage decor ideas in the comments below. I love reading your stories. Don't forget to subscribe for more cozy home transformations all year long. From my home to yours, Merry Christmas, and may your season be filled with light, love, and beautiful, lasting memories.